Hey guys, what is up? Shadolance back for another review. Today I'm going to be doing the Zadan's L85A1 mod. This is another epic weapon released by Combat Arms kind of a while ago. I didn't get to this review right away. I actually probably could have because I had this weapon for 30 days and I just never got around to the review because I had a combination of bad internet connection and the lack of caring to do a review. So between the two of those, I really wasn't too keen on doing a review at the time. However, since I am doing a lot of epics this week, and I happen to have the weapon for another whopping 30 days, I figured I might as well knock out the review. Right off the bat, I want to say this is actually a really fun weapon to use, but it's not one I would really use for competitive gameplay, and I say that after using it in competitive gameplay and not doing so well with it. It doesn't compete with the G36 Valkyrie, specifically the Autumn. And also, I still love my AUG-A1 Black LE a lot. I use that weapon in competitive gameplay all the time. Excuse me, that is my 7-up. That was a really weak one, though. That's better. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Statistics, damage of 44, portability of 67, rate of fire of 74, accuracy of 87, and recoil of 67. It is fully automatic, however, it is unique because it has the burst fire mode. Not a lot of epic weapons have that, although some of them do. A lot of epic weapons are actually SMGs. This one's an assault rifle. I appreciate the assault rifles, although I wish they would put out a few more shotguns. I would love to see an epic M590, and although as much as I would love to see it, there's no way Nexon's going to do it. My favorite weapon I would love to see epic is the Kel-Tec KSG. I grew up in Call of Duty and Battlefield with that weapon, and I will die holding that weapon in my hands. That is my favorite weapon of all time. So anyway, there's a lot of variants for the L85 because they have Mark IIs for most of them. There's the L85A1 for GP. It is a horrible weapon. It's practically a swear word to me to say it. The only worst weapon is the TAR series. And wash my mouth out with soap now. And then there is the L85A1 Mark II. It's not a whole lot better, but it's still slightly better, I hate to admit. Then there's the L85A1 Camo, which is slightly better, but also not great. And then there's the Mark II of that, which is also slightly better, but still not great. In all of them, the L85A1 Camo Mark II, it's basically a QBZ that's actually slightly useful. So, then you have the L85A1 mod and the mod Camo. Both of those weapons are excellent. They fix the damage drop-off problem. They put a scope on the weapon, which is what the gun horribly needed due to the very high accuracy of the first shot and the good tapping power. However, it didn't have a scope, so the tapping couldn't be as accurate as we would like it to be. Then you have the Zadan's L85A1 mod. What this weapon does is it doesn't change the damage drop-off. It changes the recoil pattern just slightly to make it slightly more usable. There's a guy glitching in the crane here, and I was trying to find him. He was shooting at me before, and I spent the entire game trying to kill him. I even tell him to knock it off, but he just is so intent on glitching that crane, so yeah. One thing that is nice about this gun, though, in comparison to the other the other variants of this weapon, is that it has 35 of 105 ammo, so it has that extra ammo per shot, which is nice. It has the typical signature very fast reload of the L85. That's one thing that the series is well known for, having a very fast reload. I will always appreciate that. And also the tap firing long range is useful in the burst mode, so that's always nice too. The spread is one thing that was majorly fixed with the Zadans, is that the spread jumps up much slower, which is really nice and much appreciated on the Zadan's variant of this weapon. So, just in general, when the spread goes up slower, the spread is still quite large. I haven't compared it to the other L85 standards because I really am not keen on using the other L85 weapons. I'm fucked right here, but not the way I was expecting. But anyway, as I was saying before, that was the guy that was glitching the crane, by the way. I told you about that earlier. But at any rate, it was released in the March 15th of 2012 patch. I'm just reading this off the wiki. I can't take credit for this because I never really cared for the L85 series in comparison to the AUG. I always preferred the AUG over that if I had to choose something that was not a G36. So this is a fun weapon to use. It's not one I would ever use for competitive gameplay, ever. Not to say it's a bad weapon, it's just there's so many better ones you could use. It's not impossible to use for competitive gameplay even. It's just that there are so many better choices. Between the AUG-A1 and the G36E, there are better weapons you can use. So that's just my personal opinion. And keep in mind that the AUG also has the burst fire. So if the burst fire is the reason you would use this weapon over the G36, keep in mind that the AUG also has the same burst fire. Now, on to customizations. You can customize, I'm pretty sure, every single variant of these with a suppressor and a magazine. You can't customize any of them with scopes because the variants that will allow you to have scopes already have scopes on them. So yeah, this is actually a British rifle. The L85 is a British rifle. hate to break it to you, but they didn't do a very good job designing it. If you actually look at the real-life design of the weapon, that was an awesome double kill right there. That was a one shot. That was one bullet that got both of those shots. That was completely awesome. But anyway, also very lucky, but still. It is actually very, very useful. If I had to say the best way to use this weapon is actually not tap firing. I would say because of the low recoil for the first few shots, what you should do is zoom in, literally spray 4 shots. Literally 4 shots, and you can get that 4 shots out. Practice getting 4 shots out of the gun. And the same thing actually goes for the L85A1 mod Camo. The mod can usually only get out about 3 shots before the recoil starts kicking in, but the Camo and the Zadans can usually get out about 4. So that's usually pretty nice. I am going to go ahead and compare it to the mod Camo stats. I don't think I'm going to do an L85A1 mod review for a while. But the Camo might be coming out soon, so I don't feel bad about giving you the stats early. Damage is 44 on both weapons. The portability goes from 55 on the mod Camo to 67 on the Zadans. That is a 12-point increase. That is crazy high. Similar to what happened with the AUG to the Rockos. So that is one of the biggest differences. The rate of fire is 74 on both weapons. The accuracy goes from 85 to 87 on the L85 mod to the Zadans. And the recoil goes from 65 and jumps up to 67 on the Zadans. However, the Zadans also has a different recoil pattern that compensates for that, so it's not actually like the recoil is getting a whole lot worse. And actually, the recoil is better for spraying outside of scope because the bullets typically go around the center of the spread instead of the outside. If you try spraying at a long-range target, you'll see that despite the spread getting bigger, the bullets will mostly hit in the center, so that's not that big of a deal. Don't really have a whole lot more to say about this weapon. I'm not planning on renewing it. In fact, I'm considering selling it back. I mean, it's interesting to watch, and because it's a fun gun, I might do some more gameplay footage of it before I kill it off. But I can't picture myself really using this weapon a whole lot more. It's not exactly one of my favorite weapons in the world. So yeah, I mean, there's just better I could really picture myself using. Specifically the Rockos. I am actually really tempted to start renewing the Rockos. But there's a lot of weapons I want to renew. I want to renew my Rockos. I want to renew my Black Magnum still. I still want to renew the Barons Revised. I want to renew the Scorpions. And I do want to renew the Super Magnum once I activate it. Although there's a small part of me that says don't renew the Super Magnum and just go with the Black Magnum, because that's always been my signature weapon. I'm definitely not letting that Black Magnum die. I've had that thing for more than a year now, and I am not going to let that thing die. That is my signature weapon. I carry it into a lot of matches. A lot of you guys expect me to carry that whenever we do one-on-ones, like Sniper Only on Junk Flea, and I usually don't stray from that. I carry my FR-F2 in that weapon, although I think recently I've started using my JNG and KNT more often. The combination of the JNG and the KNT is absolutely fantastic, so, I mean, my voice just cracked there, so I gotta go with some more 7-Up. God, that stuff tastes good. And then I got some Gravedigger gameplay at the end here. I don't even remember how this actually went. I think I might have been a little bit off at the time. Just a little bit out of it. But anyway, I did a lot of this recording late at night. So, I mean, I just kind of got to be careful with what I'm doing. So, I don't even remember how this actually really went. But I just figured I might as well do some gameplay here. But as you can see, the spread when you're firing at medium range, I was actually moving the mouse while I was firing there. So the actual spread isn't that bad. It doesn't jump around as much as you saw it. Like, that's what it normally does right there. I was able to pop out 4 shots and get that kill before I actually started going around. So that previous kill where I was firing at the Raven, I was actually moving the mouse around to spread in a larger area because I didn't know where the person was going to be. And that was actually full spray right there. That, what you saw me tapping there, that wasn't tapping. That was actually full spray. So you can see the recoil jump straight up. The only downside of this gun, and that kill there just reminded me of it, the damage drop-off on the L85 is not very good. It's pretty bad. It doesn't change a whole lot from the regular GP standard to even the Epic. It doesn't change a lot. It gets slightly better, but not a whole noticeably huge amount. So you just got to be careful in using the weapon. You don't want to use this at crazy long ranges. It's actually quite good for Kill Creek. The weapon is very good for Kill Creek, but it's basically like a G36 that is more useful for close quarters combat. That's the best way I can possibly describe this weapon. It's fun to use. It's not one I would renew. It's kind of like the M417 SB. Fun weapon to use. Don't want to really renew it a lot. The Rec 7 is better. Like, for example, I'm also killing this guy's turrets here because he's glitching it, and I don't appreciate that. So I even mentioned that to him. So that's why I killed that. So don't think I'm a team killer there. I mean, it technically is, but you guys get the point. I'm actually kind of running out of time here, so I may not mention the whole thing I was about to just mention. It's not that big of a deal anyway. But, yeah. Not something I would renew. But actually, I think I will mention it. So the Rec 7 is like good for competitive gameplay. It actually is quite good with the extra 5 shots per mag. The M417 SB, not quite so much. It just doesn't quite compare with the stats. Just aren't quite as matched up as the Rec 7. Similar thing with the Zadans to the L85 mod series to the rest of the series. So I mean, it just depends on how you want to use it. It's not a half bad gun. It's fun to play with, but not something I would be trying to keep. So best way I can say. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Please check out my NX giveaway. It will be ending on Christmas Eve. That is the last time I am taking my raffle tickets. I will be totaling them up and announcing the winner on probably Christmas, and then giving out the NX either Christmas night or the day after Christmas. So, and I will probably also be hosting another event for New Year's. I would like to host another event, but I'm going to have to think of something quickly. So I'll be a little bit pressured for time there, but that's about all I'm going to be able to get. I'm going to end the review here, guys. Thank you for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next review. Shadolance out.
You know what? Given the intelligence of the people who watch this show, this is probably a good thing to teach. Because my guess is when they're not trying to operate heavy machinery with their butt cheeks, they're probably trying to do something stupid like this. I mean, what else could you possibly teach that would be as stupid as that?
Even you can learn something from a sloth.
Fuck this show!